Alright, so we're gonna be reading some Am I the Assholes and judging whether they are or aren't. And we're probably gonna do like 3 or 4 stories today. I don't even know. I'm just bored doing this at late night, so this might become a regular thing, might not. But let's go ahead and get on to the first story. Our first one is, am I the asshole for not telling my mother-in-law what my sister-in-law said? I, 30 female, have a sister-in-law, Riley, 14 female. I've been in her life since the day she was born, and we're very close. Riley is going through a bit of a difficult stage right now. Lots of fighting with her parents, and not always making the best choices. So I took Riley out for some girl time. We had some sweets, and I got to tell her, or tell me, and I, sorry. I got her to tell me about what she's feeling. This is nothing new. She often opens up to me about things she doesn't tell others. I didn't really tell her what to do, I just gave her somebody to talk to about everything she's feeling. There's nothing concerning or alarming in what Riley told me, so I didn't repeat what she said to my mother-in-law. Now, my mother-in-law is mad about this. She says that she has a right to know what's going on in her daughter's life, and that I need to tell her. And I explained that she didn't say anything alarming or concerning. It was just teenage girl stuff, and I'm not going to break Riley's trust by separating it. Mother-in-law says I'm the adult and I shouldn't be playing the secret game with her daughter. Am I the asshole for not telling my mother-in-law what my sister-in-law said? Me personally, I would say no, because at this point in her life, she's gonna start being independent. She's in middle school, and she's like in 7th grade now, so she's gonna start having her own rumors and like opinions about people, and she might not want to share that with her other family. So I personally don't think she is, but like if it's a really controlling family, I guess it could be something of importance to them. It is complicated in these situations because these families have like different dynamics, and that affects how everything works with each other. So whether what they tell each other, or like even how they communicate in general, just from day to day, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know, it seems like a lot. That was a really short one, so we're gonna see if we can cram another one in this little segment right here. Let's see what we can find. Am I the asshole for telling my mother-in-law that she can never see our child if she says anything against me? Account, because I'm not a big Reddit user, and I'm probably gonna delete the app in like a week anyways, but I, 26 female, have been married to my husband, 27 male, for a little over a year now. We met 4 years ago when I was a student teacher, college student near his favorite pizza place, and we literally met walking on the same street. I've always loved my husband, but the problem is that we're in 2 different tax brackets before getting married. He comes from a family of money, and my mom worked 2 jobs growing up. It's literally luck that we met, because if the system had their way, I'd be relying on government assistance to live. No offense to anyone who does, considering that's how it was for my mom her entire life, despite our 2 different backgrounds. He never made me feel less than, and even before we got married, he made me feel like his money was also my money. From the moment when I met him, his mom, she never directly made me feel unwelcome like in the movies, but the way she looked at me, or the way she'd make comments disguised as jokes about my college choice, really made me feel uncomfortable. I never brought it up as me and my husband got more serious. She got worse, and the students soon started making outright rude comments against me, how I was stupid for going to college for early education because I didn't make any money, or would compare me to her other daughter-in-laws who were nurses or in the business field. My husband has confronted her about it multiple times, even though her behavior would only change for a few weeks, and then she'd slowly start the process again. Anyways, my husband proposed early last year, and we got married 6 months later at a beautiful vineyard with my dream dress. The entire day was perfect until she made her speech, which she started off with, "She's not the woman I had in mind, but she's the woman he loves." In contrast to my mom's speech, that was about how happy I am and how she cries happy tears every night because I found true love. Her speech ruined my whole night, but when my husband confronted her after our honeymoon, she apologized over the phone and sent flowers to our house. 3 months ago, as I was pregnant, and I'm so excited for this chapter in my life. My husband has always wanted to be a father, so he's already begun buying baby stuff and sending me the pictures of what he wants the nursery to look like. We told his family over their bi-weekly family dinner last week, and while everyone seemed happy, we all held our breath to wait for his mother's reaction. She played the happy grandmother to be facade, but 2 days ago, his brother's wife, that I'm close to, sent me the message that another brother's wife, her of my mother-in-law, stating that she's disappointed in him and that now I'm stuck in their family. I almost cried, but didn't because while I was disappointed, I wasn't surprised. I told my husband about it, and he's already confronted her about it. And when she's apologized again, my husband and I agreed that if we hear anything else from her against my pregnancy, then we'd go no contact. But as my husband is oldest, we'll be giving her the first grandchild and starting the newest generation of their immediate family. After telling my sister-in-law about our decision, she said that I should distance myself, but keeping a grandchild from her might not go over well. But both me and my husband have already agreed to this, but I don't really know. Am I the asshole since she already apologized? I'd say yes if you keep the child from her, honestly. I mean, I understand where you're coming from, but if she apologizes more in the future and fully reflects on what she's done, then yeah, let her introduce her. It seems like a pretty good ending if it like would go that way. I don't think there's an update to this one, so. But all in all, I think that this one is very not the asshole, and that like if their mother-in-law just changed a few things about her attitude and stuff, maybe she'd get a bit more like respect from the person here in question. All in all, it's a really good story. I like it a lot. So, on to the next one. Alright, this next story we have, while we extract, it's a really funny one I just read over. Oh, yo, who's this guy? On? Okay, oh, that's not right. At least we made it out. Alright, this next story is about someone who is questioning whether they're the asshole for not wearing pants to a party. They are a 21 male college student. He's in a frat and he's gay. It's not a conservative group. No one has ever given him shit for it, but he's the only one. Every year his college has a date party to celebrate the end of finals. He didn't pick the theme. It's split a suit. Basically, take the components of a suit and you have to divide that amongst your date. I saw the writing on the wall, a lot of guys being shirtless with blazers and suit pants, and a lot of girls in oversized dresses and ties with no pants. The issue was that didn't apply to me. I ended up asking a guy from my class I've been casually talking to as a first time hanging out situation. Don't worry, he's gay too, I'm not delusional. I asked him what he felt comfortable wearing, and he said he prefers to be dressed, so I told him he could do the dress shirt and pants, and I'd be fine with the remainder. So basically, I wore a blazer, was shirtless, with a tie, and had on boxer briefs, which to me is on theme. None of the guys had an issue, but a friend's girlfriend came up to me and said that it was inappropriate and I was making the girls uncomfortable. I felt embarrassed, so my date and I left. My date said I had misled him what the party would be, and would be like, and I was an asshole for not dressing appropriately. Now I feel like the jerk. Am I the asshole? Honestly, I think this person might be, because they knew there were going to be a bunch of other people and still chose to dress that way, even though it was allowed technically. But very questionable decision for the dress type. I don't know. I just think it's a very funny one. Yeah, let's find the next story. This next story is kind of questionable, but nonetheless, let's get started. From C Crew 9223, am I the asshole for not telling my parents that I had a baby? Hello Reddit, never used this app before, but one of my best friends said I should come here for some advice from people who aren't biased. Please forgive me if I ramble or if I don't explain the situation that well. For context, I, 18 female, don't have a good relationship with my parents, 52 female, and a 50-year-old male. Growing up, they always kind of favored my older brother more, probably from the fact they always wanted one kid. I didn't have the best childhood with my parents. Starting at the age of 6, I went back and forth to my grandparents' house and their house for a few years before I moved in with my grandparents fully at the age of 10. And even though my grandparents were retired already, they tried their best to give me a nice childhood, even if my parents didn't want to give me one. Last time I talked to them was over a year ago, during the holiday, probably around December 2024. Well, in late March of this year, I found out I was pregnant. Yes, I know I'm young and made some bad decisions, but I do love my baby girl and wouldn't trade her for the world. For the sake of privacy, I'm just gonna call her baby. I didn't tell that many people, only close people to me and my boyfriend. Baby girl was born on December 2nd. Well, earlier today we had a Christmas dinner at my grandparents' where everybody was included, my parents and my brother. I could tell they were shocked to see me holding a baby, let alone my baby, but didn't say anything at first until the actual dinner started, when one of my aunts asked me how baby was doing, in which I started explaining how baby has been way more alert and even started cooing. Well, I guess me explaining set something off in my mom because she said something along the lines of, "Why did you keep baby a secret from us?" Which kind of caught me off guard because I replied with, "Not a secret, just didn't tell you." I didn't really go over well, I guess because my mom started saying I took away their chance to be grandparents, which is bullshit because my brother can have kids, and that I was selfish for not telling them. My dad agreed and said it was rude and embarrassing that they had to find out in front of everyone. I told them straight up that I didn't feel comfortable sharing something that big with people who barely talk to me, and I just wanted to be left alone and have a peaceful pregnancy. The table got super awkward, which did make me feel bad for our family who was just trying to enjoy a meal. I don't feel bad for trying to protect my peace and trying to protect my daughter, but later that night some family members told me I was selfish for not telling them. My grandparents and boyfriend are trying to reassure me that I didn't have to tell them anything, but I'm starting to second guess. So am I the asshole? Um, kind of, in my opinion. Like, I feel like you kind of have to tell your parents, even if they don't talk to you. Like, I would still make an effort to tell my parents if that happened to me, even if I hated them and that like they didn't talk to me. But it's different situations, different opinions. So in your case, you might not be. I just think that this could have been handled a lot better on your part, or even had your like grandparents tell your parents instead of you at the family dinner table at Christmas, because that probably ruined Christmas dinner for your entire family as well. Anyways, on to the next story. This next story is about two friends fighting each other. So, am I the asshole for my USB killer frying my friend's PC after she snooped in my bag? My friend is 21 female. I always carry a USB killer in my backpack. It looks like any other thumb drive, except I stuck a tiny devil face sticker on it so I know it's a dangerous one. I keep it on me because I still live at home and my parents are super nosy. If I ever left it on my desk, they definitely can pick it up and plug it into my laptop to see what it is. Yesterday I had to leave campus in a rush and asked my friend to watch my bag for a bit. I ended up not having time to come back, so I just texted her to take it home and I'd grab it today. She said, cool. She gets home, admits she got curious and started looking through my stuff, finds the devil sticker USB thinking it's my normal drive, plugs it into her gaming PC to see what files I have. Computer instantly dies. Mobile and PSU completely gone. Now she's mad at me saying I'm reckless for carrying something like that, and I need to buy her a whole new setup. Even though she knows she shouldn't have been going digging in my bag in the first place. I feel bad her PC is dead, but come on, don't snoop and don't plug random drives into your computer. Am I the asshole? In this situation, it's kind of both y'all's fault. You probably could have told your friend that you had a USB killer in your backpack, because it is a gaming PC. You did tell her she'd be taking it home. And she probably could have asked what it was before she plugged it in. Um, it's also just like a stupid decision making process because she plugged in a random drive into her computer. So no, I don't really think you're the asshole. Anyways, that's probably gonna be the last story for today. Um, I might do another one of these. I don't even know.